There was a time when societies built railway stations like cathedrals, and libraries felt sacred. Town halls were designed to inspire pride. Even ordinary streets often carried beauty, identity, and permanence. People stood inside these places and felt something, and not because they were rich, not because life was easier, because it certainly wasn't, but because somebody believed public life mattered. And when you look around many modern environments today, it sometimes feels as though something quietly changed. Many places now feel temporary, functional, efficient, but strangely emotionally empty. So what happened? And why do some places still nourish the human spirit, while others leave us feeling cold, restless, and disconnected? Because perhaps human beings need beauty more than modern civilization realised. Old railway stations once announced arrival with grandeur. Vaulted ceilings, stone arches, clock towers, detailed ironwork. Even the smallest details often carried craftsmanship, and many public buildings were designed not simply to function, but to elevate ordinary life itself. They told the commuter, the traveller, the labourer, your journey matters, you matter. And this was not limited to palaces or cathedrals. No, even relatively ordinary towns often built libraries, markets, parks, bandstands, public squares, and civic halls with remarkable care. Because societies once believed environments affected human dignity. The world around people mattered emotionally. Today, modern civilization can build faster than ever before, cheaper than ever before, more efficiently than ever before. And in many ways, that progress has been extraordinary. Modern engineering, medicine, technology, transport, and communications have transformed human life beyond recognition. This is not a story about rejecting modernity. No, it is about asking a quieter question. What did we lose while becoming so efficient? Because somewhere along the way, speed became one of civilization's highest values. Build faster, scale faster, produce faster, consume faster. And over time, many environments slowly became designed around utility first, not emotional nourishment. Look at many modern developments now. Rows of similar buildings, anonymous retail spaces, large featureless walls, harsh lighting, endless signage, visual noise everywhere. Places designed to move people through spaces quickly, rather than helping people feel connected to where they are. And yet human beings do not appear to experience places purely rationally. We react emotionally to environments constantly, without even noticing it. A quiet tree-lined street feels different from a loud concrete junction. A warm, independent cafe feels different from a sterile waiting area. An old bookshop feels different from a brightly lit warehouse store. Something inside us responds. Perhaps that is why certain places stay with us forever. A childhood library. I do remember ours. And it was a special time when my mother took us to the local library. It just felt so special. And now I feel blessed to have been part of that. So yes, I remember that childhood library with pleasure. Now it has been knocked down and replaced by a modern, functional library. Think about a peaceful church or a grand old station. Think about a tiny cafe full of warmth, a garden path in evening light. People often remember, you see, how places felt, not just what they looked like. There is also something else that older places often carried: identity. Many towns once reflected local materials, local history, local craftsmanship, local character. You could travel from place to place and genuinely feel the difference. Today, many environments across the world increasingly resemble each other, don't they? The same chains, the same layouts, the same lighting, the same surfaces. No originality to be seen. And perhaps part of what disappears with civilization is emotional belonging. Now, of course, the past was not perfect. Of course it wasn't. We know that. And we want to let go of all the bad things of the past. We certainly do. Older societies contained hardship, poverty, inequality, and difficult living conditions. This is not nostalgia pretending everything used to be wonderful. It is simply recognizing that previous generations may have understood something important about human psychology. People need beauty. People need meaning. People need environments that feel human. And interestingly, many of the places people are drawn toward today often reintroduce exactly these qualities. Restored buildings, walkable streets, independent cafes, handmade objects, parks, farmers' markets, thoughtful interiors, warm lighting, natural materials, quiet corners, bookshops, gardens, slower spaces. Without always realising it, many people are trying to rebuild environmental nourishment into modern life. Even inside homes, people instinctively search for this feeling. Soft lamps instead of harsh ceiling lights, wood instead of plastic, plants, textures, books, art, candles, warm colours, quiet spaces, because human beings appear to crave emotional softness in a very hard-edged world. And perhaps this connects to something even larger. Modern life constantly stimulates attention. Phones, notifications, advertising, traffic, screens, noise, movement, urgency. The human nervous system is rarely allowed to rest these days, which may explain why beautiful, quiet places feel almost emotionally medicinal. There is something deeply calming about environments designed with care. Places where proportions feel balanced, where light feels warm, where materials feel natural, where craftsmanship is visible, where people feel invited to slow down slightly. Not every beautiful place must be grand. Sometimes beauty is incredibly simple. Take a bench under a tree or a well-designed room, which I'm working on. A peaceful street at dusk. A handmade cup of coffee. An old building still standing with dignity. Perhaps the deeper issue is this: modern civilization becomes extraordinarily good at building systems, but less certain about how to nourish the human spirit, which is showing that creativity, as far as beauty is concerned, is being damaged, is being let go of, and is being forgotten. We can't sit back and allow that to happen, surely. And I know efficiency matters enormously, and I know technology matters enormously. I'm not about to suggest we let go of any of that, because progress matters such a great deal. But from where I'm sitting, human beings appear to need more than function alone. We need calm, meaning, warmth, identity. We need beauty. We need connection. So perhaps the future is not about rejecting modern life and not about returning backwards either. Perhaps it is something wiser than both. And those of us who remember the past and who know what are the good things we want to carry forward and what we want to leave behind, we are the ones who will be able to steer this world forward while we are still here. I do look forward to hearing your comments below. Don't you think the future is about remembering what human beings actually are? We're not machines. We're not productivity systems, not consumers moving endlessly through efficient spaces. I don't want to be like that, but I believe we are emotional, social, seeking meaning in our lives sorts of creatures who are deeply affected by the world around us. And maybe that is why beauty matters so much, because beautiful places quietly remind us how it feels to be fully human. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I do look forward to sharing more with you very soon. Please leave me your comments below, because the more of us that can put our heads together and improve this world, the more of it will be heard outside of my four walls and your four walls. So let's get together and do something about it. Bye for now.